We may be approaching a fateful hour.
And all ye witnesses have given me great joy and satisfaction.
मुझे संदेह नहीं है कि जनता, सब राजनीतिक दल और सब नागरिक इस समय एक हैं।
This is a momentous hour in world history.
Hello, hello.
Hello, hello.
Yay.
Indeed, indubitably.
We did it. We're here.
Indubitably.
We're here.
We are here finally. Steve, would you like to get us started off, or would you? Should I start? What's happening? Oh no!
I don't believe Steve is coming through on stream, GM.
Yeah.
Steve, it's worth saying that your voice is not coming through to Twitch in any way, shape, or form.
Oh no!
Oh
This has
no!
happened.
So Steve,
If I had
nobody heard Steve.
No one heard.
If I had a nickel for every time Steve was muted on stream, I would have so many nickels.
All of us are just smiling and nodding, like, yeah, hi, yeah.
We're all giggling. You all don't get
Hello.
to be in on the show.
Hi, you can hear me now. Sorry about that. And of course, like I was saying, which only the players heard, is that you cannot expect any sort of professionalism from Pantsless tables at all, because I don't know shit and I've been doing this for 2 years. Anyway, welcome to the thing. I'm the disembodied voice because you can't see me because I didn't set up any of the things. But this is our official first time ever doing a mini series of sorts that is like officially supported by like a big thing like Chaosium, which I'm really proud and excited about. We have 4 incredible players, and we have a really cool DM who are taking this forward for us. And this is also like the second time ever in the last 8-9 months that we're running a game on the channel that I am not a part of, which is really fucking cool. And I am really proud of the channel growing and officially like doing all the cool things. But yeah, so quick things to take care of really quick. I also realized I don't have captions because I didn't set those up for myself either. But really quick things. One, you can officially enter giveaways to be part of, to win the starter set for Call of Cthulhu. 1 per person per stream. Just type !giveaway in chat and you will be able to enter the giveaway. Also, secondly, we are also fundraising for Make-A-Wish as part of Roll for Good's cool vibes, cool things that James is kind of running and we're working on that with him. This is the first stream, what I've been told that is doing this month, like this year, I guess. So that's really fucking cool as well. We're doing all the cool things. Also, you can also donate to the cause with this link that is going to show up in chat. Yes, that. And we also have a bunch of incentives, which I forgot the command for that one.
That in if you want, Steve.
So I set up a command actually, but I forgot what the command was because I am so smart.
Classic.
For Roll for Wishes, I'm James from Logomancy Media. I'll be playing Archie today, but putting on my other hat. We look after Make-A-Wish International's TTRPG division. And every year, every October, we run an event called Roll for Wishes, where we gather TTRPG streamers from all around the world to sit down and put ourselves through some chaos in an attempt to raise money for kids with debilitating diseases. And last year, we ended up raising, through all of our events, not just the TTRPG stuff, just over $400,000. across the entirety of the year, not just for the 1 month. But the premise of this is that the donations that Steve is going to be putting in that chat is linked to the Tiltify. You can affect the game in real time. Now, Call of Cthulhu is challenging for that because it's such a story and plot driven thing that it's not like a Dungeons and Dragons sort of vibe for it. That said, feel free to inject some chaos. Amaan, I'm certain, is going to pivot and give us an intricate story and absorb all of your chaos. And if you want to help us out along the way, it not only helps us, it all goes to a really good cause, and it's all tax deductible because it's an actual charity donation. So life is good. If you're not in a position where you're able to give financially, even sharing it with friends, family, on your socials, getting the word out, you're going to see a whole lot of us over the course of the month, and a whole lot of hashtag roll4wishes appear on everything. So there, Steve, did I do a good enough job?
Oh yeah, definitely better than I could have. Anyway, I'm gonna leave now. Amaan, do your thing, do the creepy weepy stuff, and I am going to sleep for the next 2 hours. See you around.
All right, now that Steve has left us, we can completely destroy Pantsless tables.
We're
Anyway,
gonna put on pants.
oh yeah,
no.
all of us are gonna put on pants.
Were we
Yeah.
supposed to wear pants?
No, we're putting pants on the table, right?
This is pants
yeah.
table
I
now.
have a pants that have 4 legs. This is what I.
This is
did I
going to be a
misinterpret?
pants full table.
Pants
Horse
full
pants?
table.
You brought horse pants?
I brought table pants.
Oh, I see.
Sorry.
Yeah.
It's our pants.
But anyway, welcome everyone to Pantsless Tables. We're doing a 4-part miniseries for Call of Cthulhu, called The Mirth of Things Below. This is set in my homebrew world, which we'll get to. But to start off with introductions, hi, I am Amaan. I go by Amaan HK on all social media channels, and I co-host and produced a little podcast called the Infinite Tavern Podcast, where we talk to a lot of people about their journey in TTRPGs. And Pantsless Table is special has a special place in my heart because that's where I got started in streaming in the first place. So I'm glad to be GMing a mini series finally instead of a single one-off one-shot. Now I will ask my my lovely players, to introduce themselves. Let's go in a clockwise. Let's start with Agent P.
Hello everyone, I'm HMP. I use they them pronouns, and I'm gonna be playing our runaway runaway antiquarian Durga, who's trying to escape the horrors but also trying to investigate the horrors. It's gonna be fun.
All right. Next, James.
Hello. I will be playing Captain Archibald Winsworth Lear. I'm James from Logomancy. Archie, to his friends, is a wonderfully loved socialite that talks like this most of the time because it's alluding to an empire that doesn't exist in this world. I've committed to the bit, and I'm going to do this for 4 weeks. I've grown a mustache that my partner hates, specifically for this, because he needed a mustache. Archie runs a brokerage, shipping, importing, exporting, that sort of thing, and is a known entity to most of the well-to-do families in Ispatpur. And on the regular, gives many strange and restricted objects to the government. Proper process, you know. He's a stickler for being technically correct.
Mm. All right. Method acting to the
Indeed.
point. Next, we come to Lewis.
Hi. I'm Lewis Wolf, pronouns either he, they. No, he, they, that's fine. I was going to say he, him, or they, them, but yeah, that's cool. That's chill. I am a disabled voice actor / artist / podcast producer. You'll see them flashing, but I did the character art for this series. Yippee. I work primarily, I'm in the custody, I guess I could say, of the Stygian Catalyst podcast network. I have some projects unannounced in that, and then announced there's Rhapsody of the Exiled. I don't know if it's been announced I'm producer of that, but I am. And then some other things. I work on All at Sea. I did casting and other assistant producer things for Soul Operator. All sorts of fun things. You can find me on Twitter at @itslewis_w, and I will be playing Varen, our engineer.
Lastly, coming to Maria.
Hello, everyone. My name's Maria. I use they and she pronouns. I can be found on the internet at Maria Bruista. I'm a variety streamer here on Twitch. Sometimes voice actor, sometimes other performer in TTRPG APs, but mostly just loud and here. I am going to be playing Valeria Espinoza, who's she, her pronouns, also an antiquarian, also owns a shop. I have a bookstore. That's also a library, and definitely do everything above board. Always.
All right. Now that all the introductions are done. Oh, wait. Was Archie, James, were you saying something?
I was going to say there is a board, and everything that gets done in that shop happens technically above that board.
Mhm.
That board is on the floor.
Definitely. All right. I think with that out of the way, we can begin with our game of Call of Cthulhu. Now, a few descriptions here. This takes place in a homebrew world, my homebrew world of Ispatpur, and it is currently still a work in progress, but we'll get there eventually. And Ispatpur itself is based off of around mid to early 20th century India. Now, Ispatpur specifically is an industrial town, which, again, like I said, it exists in 1940s, 1930s India, sans being a British colony. The empire it's located in is called Fire, the first interplanar resurgence empire. And the policing force are simply known as soldiers. There are neighboring countries and kingdoms to Fire, which we might or might not get into, one of whom is predominated with people with blood red hair and blood red eyes, one of whom is on the cast. And they are simply and sometimes discriminately known as variants. While we might not focus on the city itself so much, there is so much more to the world than humans and concrete walls. So, with that out of the way, let's get into it. A calm wind blows as we look through the frames of leafless branches. Blue sky scattered with clouds hover. Distant roar of an airplane's engine as it circles in the air, mixing with chirping of sparrows nearby. We tilt down and we see the rolling landscape of Shankara Hills and the faraway snow-capped peaks of Alif Mountains. As we keep tilting down, we settle on the back of a crowd of people beside a makeshift, what seems like a runway. They're holding up signs welcoming the first airplane landing of Ispatpur. Yeah, yeah, yeah. A celebration. In front of us, though, we see two ladies clad in sari with their back towards us, sitting and sipping chai. It's in an area cordoned off away from the common folk of the city. We start to push towards them, and we hear them before we see them. These are your concerns, not mine, Noorjahan Begum. The villagers will always fall back on folk days like this. the many-eyed devil, rather than telling their children to behave properly. Now, as we pass these two women towards the crowd, we turn around. The voice belongs to a pretty but hard face. Imagine like a Jennifer Garner if she was Indian. Um
That's
eyes, eyes under the shade of circular sunglasses, dark lips, wrapped in a shine, and she's wrapped in a shining purple sari with intricate designs in black, and she's holding tiny binoculars with a handle, so she doesn't have to spend the effort of bringing it up to her eyes. Her demeanor says, "Bitch, I dare you to give me a side eye. I dare you. I double dare you." Her name is Reshma Van Brown, the 40-year-old heiress to an empire of holiday resorts and ballistic missiles. She continues, "Really, Noor, you mustn't believe in all this. Just like Shiraj Indri, these are all but stories. Once the prison is closed down, we'll go on digging. The old castle or villa or whatever it is that you're digging up will be dug up. And trust me, you'll make a living enough that you won't have to work ever. Not even your children, not even your grandchildren will have to ever work." We now focus on the woman beside her. Open hair, curls framing her perfectly round cheeks. Draped in a silver blue sari paired with a white blouse, she nervously takes a drag of her cigarettes held in a cigarette holder. She doesn't even pay heed to the event unfolding in front of her, the aeroplane landing and all the people cheering. All stories have their basis in some truth. I don't believe in the supernatural, Reshma, but I haven't seen people believing in something so ridiculous so religiously. I see cases like this everywhere, where one person goes mad and they try to gouge their eyes off, cut off their limbs without ever touching a drug or being intoxicated. Reshma, I'll find some other corner, trust me. My building plans can be made in a different location. It's agnostic to history, it's agnostic to culture. We don't have to dig up old things. Reshma shrugs off her concerns. We are part of history, my love. Enjoy it. She smiles as they look up to the airplane now making its descent. At the same time, we cut to a concerned face of an air hostess. Sir, sir, please sit. You'll hurt yourself and you'll hurt others as well. Sir, please. Inside the descending airplane, we see a man suited in a tan-colored three-piece, swinging wildly with a knife in his hand. It will come back. It must come back. This is my duty. This is the promise. Another man tries to grapple him from the back, but he turns around and stabs him in the shoulder. Ah! The scene of a literal mob ensues inside the airplane itself. Punches are thrown, people start fighting each other, and the flight crew tries desperately to break the crowd. They finally succeed. They apprehend the man in the tan-colored suit. Another man approaches him with a knife. Are you going to settle down now, you bloody madman? And then we pan away from the madman and settle on the horrified faces of the people and hear the whisper from the man. Lord, accept my sacrifice. And a squelch! Time dilates and slows, and we hear muffled screams of people as the airplane lands. We cut again to an eye patch. A few weeks later. Tracking back, it belongs to the man we just saw, the madman, now being escorted into a prison. So he stopped before he can enter. The warden stops him. He says, "You bastard, you bastard, because of you, this shit of a place, this jail is still open. I don't know what strings you pulled, but you better sort off soon, and you better let me get away from this dump of a city. Ah! From here, we cut to a montage of essentially the weeks that pass by of this person who, by all accounts, seems perfectly sane. We see him cooking, we see him cleaning, washing dishes, planting trees, and also smuggling drugs to the inmates. There's a there's a small sewer hole at one end of the free roam area where he uses a way to obtain substance, some things. Let's just call it that, which he can then distribute. They can be any. They are, you know, food items. There are letters. There are personal belongings. He has basically made a trade of this thing, and so we see him, do all of these dealings like, hey, give me money or give me these things and I'll get you what you want. He seems to have a connection outside. We see him receiving notes and all of these things. And this is at the end of one free roam area. At the back we see the Shankara Hills. We also see another small sewer hole which he uses at the end of the bathroom or toilet area, which he uses to send out things: notes, letters, messages, items, etc. Anything that the big prisoners need to conduct their business. One fine evening, as he's conducting his business to speak, he pushes his hand down with the letters and money all into this opening, but his hand catches on to something. He takes it out. It's evening. Can't see it properly. It to him it feels leathery. Feels like leather. He brings it to a torchlight and we see pale grey skin, bloodied, and the tattoo of a single eye surrounded by branches jutting out of it. He drops it with a shout, ah! Throws and runs away. We cut to the next day. He's sitting silently in the free roam area beside the opening, and he's just like, still thinking. That was weird. Another man approaches and salutes him in like sort of a greeting manner and walks away. It's the usual time where he receives things from the outside. Nonchalantly, he lies down as if he's going to take a nap, and he drops a hand in the opening. He sort of digs around. He's searching for a thing, but can't find anything. We start to push closer into his face. He's still trying to find something, letters, money, anything. And slowly we start hearing loud rumbling sounds. Ooh. The rumbling sounds grows louder, louder, louder. He blinks and in a snap is swallowed as the land itself opens up beneath him, sinking him down inside. The prisoners and guards are like run amok, screaming, backing away until the noise dies down. We pull back and see a massive sinkhole and old wide steps, almost 20 feet wide steps of ancient stone leading further and further down into the ground. They seem to be going down and forward into the hills right behind the prison itself. The prisoners, for a moment, exchange glances, and with a thud, everyone runs towards the stairs. Boom, boom, boom! Shots are fired by bullets. Guards are shooting everyone. We see guards running after the prisoners, but most of them stay back, along with some of the inmates, for they don't know anything. But they know and fear the things which are unknown and can't bother risking their life for the mirth of things which might exist below. Now, over the next few weeks, several expeditions have gone down the opening, trying to figure out what happened. We see like a rolling newspaper where 4 people went on an expedition, don't hear back. No person has ever returned once they go down, and each line or rope that they have used has been cut off. It it has become not just the talk of the town, but talk of the country, and in fact, some countries. We see a silent image of Reshma Van Brown shouting at Noor Jahan, the architect, and throwing newspapers in her face. We see Noor Jahan, our plump little architect, writing letters, sending invitations via telegrams, talking over the phone, visiting places. And that's where our story begins. Silent Noon welcomes Ispatpur into its arms as people take a break from the day's heat and scuttle away from the street. We walk forward through one of the side streets of the Feron market. Shops are adorned with papers, printing press, mechanical goods, handmade jute baskets. Somebody shouts, "Phal le lo, seb aaya hai. There's mango, new mango." And but people are taking a break from the heat. A hunched figure in an oversized kurta, wearing a turban, with a bag of books on his shoulder, bearded, walks up a couple of steps to a bookshop, knocks, tuck, tuck, tuck. "Oh, praise be, is anyone here?" This person says and starts rifling and enters basically and starts rifling through books on a shelf. The space itself is stacked with books all over the place. It's everywhere. Literally, there's no place to sit down. There are some stools here and there. Maybe an armchair, maybe an easy chair with a lamp beside them. A couple of windows are open, but we see books everywhere. Maria, do you hear this voice?
There's a bit of commotion from a back, an entryway that's covered with a beautiful tapestry, and there are sounds of potentially more books falling, and a voice shouts, "Just a minute."
Oh, all right, all right. There is another customer in the store, and says, "Ah, well, I can't seem to find a proper book here." And you see this gentleman, probably in his late 60s, tall, almost like 6'5", wearing almost like a peaky cap, just a shirt, and just rifling through some books as you enter the space.
Just a shirt, no pants.
Oh,
Just a
yeah. Well, we are at Pantsless tables after all. So, well, my dear bookkeeper, do you have anything denoting the history of Ispatpur?
Stepping out from behind this gorgeous tapestry, there's a woman, tanned skin, longer, mostly brown hair, outside of one thick bunch of strands that have gone pure white. She wears a fairly nicely put together outfit, a crisp white shirt and a vest with beautiful gold embroidery along the base, a long pant skirt, and glasses. And you can see just behind the sheen of those glasses, one eye is a beautiful dark brown, and the other is on the same side as that gray streak, a not milky white, but almost the same color, gray, silver. Val, as most people who she's friendly with calls her, comes out with an armful, just stacked, hands to chin of more books. Comes out and says, yes, I believe we have something like that in here somewhere, and puts this stack of books next to an equally tall stack of books, and begins rummaging through this impressive collection of tomes and paper bits. Is this a person who I've seen before?
The one who was asked for the history of Ispatpur? No.
Okay. Was there anyone else? Remind me. Was there anyone else in here besides this one person?
There is another voice, different voice that you heard at the back who said, "Oh, praise be! Is there anyone here?" What feels like a much older voice.
Okay. I will start looking for that history book, while also keeping my eyes out for this other individual.
You know, your even though your bookstore is a chaos, bookstore/library is a chaos. You know where everything is. It's that type of chaos where you know everything is, so you don't find it hard
When
to
you create the chaos.
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
Like home.
It's like home. It is home. You easily find the book. It is not exactly, but the story of the empire as per the accounts of Shiraj Indri.
There's a as I pull the book out, there's a very brief flash of like a cringe, like a sneer almost, before she turns back around with a pleasant smile on the face and holds it out with two hands. I believe this is what you were looking for, or something similar.
Oh, well, this will have to do. I am a big fan of Shiraj Indri.
A very forced, learned smile comes across her face. We have stock that comes through on a frequent basis, so please stop by anytime.
Absolutely. And now you notice the person in the back, like, sort of hunched over with a beard and a turban, the oversized kurta. And they look at you, they smile, and they say, "Oh, I'm just looking for some book and hoping to find this one, The Sister's Dilemma."
Val's eyebrows go up, and nods, and says, "I will have to look in the back for that one." Gives a nod, and speaking to the other patron, says, "If there's nothing else, I will take care of this. But thank you for stopping by."
Thank you so much. You have a lovely bookstore, and they give you the appropriate amount of money for this. Let's just say that.
Love it.
And they leave. Oh, and you hear this other old person say, "Oh, praise be to Shiraj Indri, praise be, praise be."
I think Val follows this first customer to the door of the establishment to see them out, and then closes it, locks it, covers the shutters, like turns the sign to closed, even though it's in the middle of the day, and kind of nervously but also excitedly goes to this person, and says, I was hoping that you would. Hello.
You turn around and you see this old man's demeanor change, and they stand up suddenly straight up, adding almost 6 inches to their height. A wink and a smile lets you know that this is Veer, someone who officially has to call themselves Brinda, but they decided that traditional femininity isn't something that suits them. Immediately, they say, "Oh, I'm glad you shut that door off. The windows, please."
Oh, there's like one or two windows that Val completely forgets about all the time because they're small and they're mostly hidden by books. But they go and they make sure to shutter any of the front windows. And as they're doing that, they're like talking over their shoulder. So, so what did you find? Did you anything new? Anything?
They don't respond. You just see them taking off their fake beard, mustache. They take the turban off, and like there's a cropped military cut of hair, and they just like, oh, yeah, we'll get to that. Can I use your? Yeah, you know what? Never mind. They take their clothes off, and inside they're wearing a shirt which belongs to like a lower rank officer of the government. Oh, I was feeling really, really hot in that kurta. Not the right kind of hot, the wrong kind of hot. Uh, you mind if I help myself to some chai? I really
Oh,
need some.
no,
I really need some
it's
karak chai
please.
at this point.
No, I will. Let me. I was about to make some. And I'll lead them back into the back area, which is equally chaotic, but slightly more homey and less story. There's still plenty of books everywhere, but it's interdispersed with some portraits, some art pieces, knickknacks that just haven't been put away, knickknacks that are purposely put in places. It's not dirty. It's just definitely maximalist, a collector, or the child of a collector who became a collector, and so therefore it keeps going and going.
Is there any photographs or portraits of a younger you with maybe someone
Yes.
else?
Yes, there's definitely a handful of family portraits, not as many as there used to be, but there is a small framed picture that is hanging on the wall that does look to be, with everything that's in this place, it looks to be the most out of place because there is enough space left around. It seems like it's almost reverent, almost like a shrine. And it shows a man and a woman both looking at each other very lovingly. Presumably could be Val's parents. And holding on to on either side of each of them, holding on to a hand, are two almost identical looking young girls, maybe 7 or 8 years old. Both very similar, unkempt brown hair, completely brown hair. And both of them are looking at each other with just the biggest shit-eating grins.
As you're making the tea, they come and also they help you with the tea, with the milk, with adding some sugar, putting it on simmer, so that it comes to a boil eventually. They help take it out with the strainer. They take out a cup of chai in their hand and say, "Regarding our whereabouts, I've got a lead on your sister. I can't tell you anything about it right now, but I have got another job that I've been asked to do that gets in the way. You know how that jail went under the ground a few weeks ago?
I try not to. And Val just sits down at the small table, pushes some things aside so there's enough space.
Yeah, I've been asked by this person from one of the families of inheritance. Those rich bastards. One of them has asked me, and along with probably some other people, to go look into it. It's risky, but it's very good money. And they're looking at you, but almost like they said something that they shouldn't. But well, trust me, I'd rather follow through with the lead. It is good money though, but I want to follow through with the lead. It has to do with one of the seafaring folks, the Nakhudas. Um, they it might lead to something, but again, it's really really confidential, so I can't really talk to you much about it. In fact, that's where I'm going right after this, and it completely crosses over with the other thing that I have to do. So I'm really sorry about that, but I just
you can't tell me what this other thing is, just even a little bit. I mean, we've known each other for 2 years, and I just want.
They come closer. They sort of gently take your hand and say, "The reason I'm not telling you is, trust me, it's for your own safety. In case something goes bad, I don't want it to lead it to you. I really want to find her, Val. Trust me. That is all what's in my mind right now. But I have to do this thing. I will let you know. Trust me, it's only I'll be only gone for a few days. That's about it, and they sort of get an idea. Like, hey, if you want to, why don't you go for the other thing? For the jail thing.
Working.
No, forget that. No, forget that.
Working
Forget
with the
that.
families? Is that what you're?
No, forget. No, forget that. It's way too. It's way too risky, my
No,
dear.
no,
I can't ask
listen,
you.
and Val squeezes their hand. I've had my fair share of unfortunate accidents in my life, but I do not intend to become one myself. I feel I can take care of myself.
Yeah, you can. Yeah. Remember when we met during the Nukkar Natak, the street play I was doing a few years ago? It almost feels like yesterday.
I
and
think
then that sort of that riot police came in and they broke everything apart. Like the crowd had to. I mean, I still can't believe you rushed in to save me of all people.
Yeah, I didn't. Isabella was always the brains of planning things, and I'm more of I'm more of a doer than a thinker sometimes.
I'll find her. Val. I'll find Isabella.
I mean, it wasn't a bad thing though. I got to meet you.
And here we are.
I know you'll find her.
I will. You know what? Just in case anything goes wrong, I don't come through in a few days. You can go to this place in Yorokopur, and she sort of writes down an address. Keep it with you. If nothing else, this person over here, if you go to this address, that person will know where to find me, or they will have some information on me, because I'm not letting anyone in on this thing. So, my all of a sudden I'm nervous.
Amaan, you're cutting out a little bit. Your nerves are showing through, my friend.
Amaan is straight up gone.
Oh, there we go. Wait, did we catch
What
up?
do you mean cutting off?
No. There you are.
Hello?
Hello.
Hello.
Welcome.
What happened?
It just kind of turned into a robot for
died.
2 seconds,
Hello?
and then you're good.
Hello.
You're good. We're back.
You're back.
Did I die?
Yeah.
The
Yeah,
keeper
for, like,
died?
The keeper
The,
died.
the
died.
feelings
Died,
that
fully
strong.
died.
Now we are the keepers.
We should
No.
we
Yes.
should keep a keeper death count.
Oh my goodness.
I still can't see James for some reason.
Oh.
Oh,
Interesting. I promise they're here.
Steve, if you
Okay.
click my video portrait video,
I'll take your word for it. Hopefully, yeah. Hopefully, I'm still visible on stream. Alright,
But the last thing that
alright.
that I heard was they gave me an address
Yeah.
and told me that whoever was there would be able to help me find Veer in a couple of days if they don't come back.
You see, they hold your hand tighter. They're like, I'm usually not nervous about these things. They tend to go really well on my part. I'm fairly lucky, but I feel nervous for the first time. I don't know. It's just the risk of doing that thing. But if in any case, if anything goes wrong, don't go looking for revenge or like trying to find something. I'll try to fix someone else to find Isabella. That takes priority, and you take priority over other things. So
I think I'm gonna take the second hand off of my chai and put it on and like hold their hand between both of mine. Nothing's going to happen to you. You're very smart and very clever. And I want you to come back. And so you will.
yeah, I will come back. Okay, I think time to go. Well, here. This is the address. Noor Jahan is her name. I don't know if you know this person or not. In Lord's Cliff, they live in Lord's. It's a big villa. But just take this note. Say that you're here on behalf of Brinda, and you'll be fine. You'll be led into whatever they tell you to do. And yeah, I think Oh my God! Look at the time. I think I should get going. And they keep their cup of tea, which is half finished almost, and they start to leave. They put on a sort of a soldier's cap, the soldiers of this world cap, and they start to leave. Do you follow them?
Yeah, I'll follow them out.
By the time they're at the door, they just one last thing. They turn and they put their hand on your neck, and they just give you a quick peck on the lips.
Val is stunned, but in a good way.
For posterity.
Right.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. And they scoot off.
Val's just standing in that same spot, just kind of trying to take in what. I mean, they wanted it to. They've wanted it to happen for a while, but it's just kind of like standing there, and then just like starts to like grin uncontrollably as they like open the door back out and open up all the windows, and get the store back open. Oh no, our GM, the kiss that sent our GM to the moon.
Guys, can you hear me?
Yes.
Well.
Yes, now.
Can you hear me?
Yes. Yes, we can.
I'm so sorry. I don't know why this is happening.
It's fine.
Oh, good.
I don't know if it's because
power of
of
our chemistry.
Google Chrome.
That's what it is. It's love is so powerful.
Yeah.
Yeah. With the power of friendship, we're gonna win this game, guys.
Oh, yes,
Absolutely.
Friendship. Power of
Definitely.
friendship. and definitely
power of friendship.
With the
So,
power of a $50 donation.
with this,
yeah.
again, I did not hear what you said, but
just
I'm
absolutely just
it's
glowing, grinning, reopening the store, and having that note of where they're going to be going, just shoved into their pocket.
I imagine, for some reason, I imagine a Karan Johar music sequence coming up next, which is like da 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 da. But moving on, we cut to a different location. We find ourselves in one of the more lavish areas of Ispatpur. This is called the Lord's Cliff. This this sits on top of a hill, and we are right now in front of one of the lavish villas. And this is the society of the wealthy of Ispatpur. They are called the families of inheritance, and it looks over the rest of the city. As you enter, there's a garden adorned with rare plants and flowers. There's a swing, there's a patio, a lawn table and chair made of iron, designs with the intricacy of like a master of the craft. A cobblestone path from the gate leads up to a multi-pillared veranda with electric lights shedding a warm glow over the stepstones, and leads to a large wooden doorway. A sentry standing guard opens the door and lets you in. We cut inside as a man dressed in a simple kurta pajama with a white Gandhi cap leads you up another flights of steps. Noor Jahan Begum was waiting for Brinda, but I think you are the replacement. You are the last guest to arrive. Madam, is there anything you would like to have for food or drinks?
No, thank you. Just some water.
All water it is. We'll give you some water. Maria, as you walk up the stairway, you see shelves of books lined up everywhere in the house, as if the entire house was a palace for books. It's fascinating. You
My
note some
eyes are all over
helpers.
those shelves.
You notice some helpers dusting those shelves. As far as you can tell, it feels more cosmetic than practical. Uh, Wait, I don't know. Did I get disconnected again?
You went robotic for just a second, but you're okay.
I don't know why
we
this
can hear you.
Just give me one moment. Let me fix something really
Absolutely.
quick.
This is a good chance to remind everyone that we are also raising money with this game
Absolutely.
to make our lives better and worse.
Yes.
Torture us by
I'll
donating.
fill some space while Amaan is troubleshooting. So Roll for Wishes runs the entire month of October. Oh, go ahead, Amaan. No worries.
We're going to talk about donations. You're good.
We got your friend. So, Roll for Wishes runs the entire month of October. Pantsless Tables is participating during. Yep, we can hear you just fine, Amaan. It's all good. That's it. Yeah, while Amaan troubleshoots, not only Pantsless Tables or Logomancy, we have 250 different TTRPG channels and streamers signed on to run games individually that your donations can affect the game in real time. Currently, Pantsless Tables has raised $60 USD in our short time here. That's earned a touch of Eldritch shenanigans to be injected on a very specific player. It's also earned some kind of strange happenstance regarding the recovery of hit points that are sure to drive us mad because people should do that.
Can anyone hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yes.
I can't. Can somebody say something because I can't hear anyone?
Hello?
Hi.
Can you hear us?
Yes.
We love
Hello.
tech.
Okay,
We
this
love
is. I
technology.
can't hear anyone. Holy fucking shit! I'm so
Heck
sorry.
yeah.
I can't hear anyone.
Oh
I-
no.
All right.
The
We love
Cthulhu
Well.
is
I-
Cthulhuing.
I can't hear you. I don't know why this is
Do we want to
happening.
take a quick break while we try to
Yeah,
Why
why
uh,
don't
don't
we run to a break?
audio source output. Oh, just give me a moment. Hopefully this should work.
Did it work? Can you hear us?
Can anybody say something,
Can-
please?
Hello.
Hello.
I'm hello. Are you back?
Oh.
Did you return?
Hello. Hello.
We got him,
Yay.
everyone.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Power of friendship.
The power of friendship and
Oh
one
my
quick
god. Okay. The stream stuff always goes wrong.
Always.
We're used to
It's
it
not
now.
a stream unless it goes wrong.
I
It happens.
apologize to the viewers for this little break in the game, but I promise to keep the hiccups to the minimum. Okay. All right. Maria,
Yes.
can you roll me a spot hidden?
I get to roll first. Oh no, how exciting. Okay. I'm gonna roll regular dice because hang on. Hold on. I was ill prepared. I'm gonna roll regular dice because Roll20 always makes me lose every single time. It's a curse. All right, spot hidden, you said.
Yes.
And just as a clarification, we are trying to roll under. Is that right?
That is correct.
Fantastic.
It's a regular
I did.
difficulty.
Fantastic.
Oh.
I got a 26 under 80.
Under 80s. Wait.
Yes.
Oh.
I'm a lot of things. And I can
That's
see a lot
that's
of
hard.
things.
That's a hard success.
Yeah.
I specialized in a couple of very specific things.
Hell yeah.
Val, you notice that some of these books are not books at all. They seem to be like boxes or cases which are made to look like books.
Val has some of those in her store, so she knows. Am I being escorted by someone, or was I left to my own?
They are sort of on the top of the stairs. They're not paying mind. They're just like quietly tuck. They're just like following. They're not following. They're ahead of you.
Okay. Do I sense that I have enough time to maybe pull one off to see what it is, what might be, to like pull it off, check inside real quick, and then put it back?
Sure. You can pull out a small one. That's what she said. I sorry guys. I had to do this.
We had to get one.
I cannot not. Yeah, at least. So yeah, you can pull one of the small boxes out to not roll. Otherwise, if you're trying to get a more specific one, you might have to roll. But otherwise, you can.
I think it's just a small one to see what might be there, and then maybe on the way out, maybe we'll try something if it's interesting.
Mm-hmm. So you pull out one box, and in very cleanly inside of it is a small blue blade. Something which almost you can hold between like here. Something you can hold like this.
Can I try to put that in my pocket?
You can certainly try.
That's my favorite answer. I have no love for these fine hoity-toity families. They won't miss one tiny thing, right?
You can give me a sleight of hand. I'd say, correct me if I don't think there's an advantage thing in here. Is it in Call of Cthulhu?
I
Wait, let me
feel
check
like
real
there's
quick.
something like that.
James, is it? Is there something like that?
It comes down to the keeper's discretion. Generally speaking, if it's already a regular roll, you can lower the difficulty for it or give a one-time boost. But yeah, it's entirely up to you. We have used burning luck points to get a reroll on something for free. Yeah.
Okay.
You can.
So,
There's something called
let-
bonus dice and penalty dice.
Yes.
If you want to use.
Oh
that.
yeah, exactly. So you'll get a bonus dice in this. No wait, bonus. How does bonus dice? You have to
So
subtract it, right?
it's two 10 dice and one ones
Mhm.
dice, and you take the higher or lower of the tens depending
okay.
on advantage or disadvantage.
I understand.
All right. Yeah.
Subtract
Yeah.
it from your roll.
Yeah.
Oh, you
Yeah.
subtract it from the roll?
Just roll. Yeah. Roll two tens and one single.
Because remember, you want to roll below your
Yeah.
skill level to succeed.
Right. And this was a sleight of hand.
Mhm.
Oh, well. Well, that's 76 over 10. So I
As
did
you
it, right?
sort of-
So it's really sneaky, right? So it's really
So
sneaky.
as you sort of try to, yeah, James.
I realized that I've been playing Call of Cthulhu wrong for like 5 years.
We're always learning. Always learning.
as I read through the keeper's
No,
guide.
you're just. It's just homebrew.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Homebrew.
You know,
We've been doing you
Easy
roll
workaround.
another d10 and you subtract it off of whatever you rolled. But it's actually that you roll a second d10.
Yeah,
with
tens
it,
die.
and you
Yeah,
take-
and
you
that's what-
take
yeah,
the lower
that's
of
what-
the two for the
Yeah.
tens die.
The lower.
Yeah, I rolled a 70 and
We
a 80
are-
as an aside.
We
So,
are
you know,
officially
that was the
supported by
lowest.
Chaosium.
yeah. Thank you,
Thank you,
Chaosium. We're
Chaosium.
learning. We're learning about the
This book
game
is
We're
as we
learning.
play.
Hey,
learning now.
Chaosium. Everyone's learning. The
We're
audience is
learning with
learning.
the
The
book.
players and the keepers are learning.
Because the
Accurate.
tables is educational.
Yes, it is.
So,
So yeah,
as
so
you try to-
very, very bad. I rolled very bad.
so as you pull it out, it's sort of, you almost afraid it falls onto the ground. You're afraid that it'll clatter, but thankfully it's on a carpet. You can try to push your roll.
Oh yeah.
I'll still give you the advantage.
It's
Uh,
okay. What?
but-
I'm yes, I'm gonna try. I would like to push. I would like to. Yes.
So for those who don't
Because
know,
I
for
want to do
pushing
it now and not when we're in Eldritch Horror Town.
yeah. So for those who don't know, for pushing your luck, you reroll your dice, but you have to take the higher. You have to hit the higher difficulty. So for this will be half of your target number.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine.
I
I'm
have
sure
hit
it's
lower.
fine.
Let me just
If
I-
you're
see.
rolling the roll
So
20,
it's
it'll
possible.
actually calculate it for you as well.
Yeah. Nope. So that was a 66.
Ooh.
So nope.
You see the butler turn around and say, "Madam, you don't have to look into the boxes. Those are for emergencies only."
Oh, sorry. It slipped. And I'm just gonna put it back in the box and put the box back on the shelf and like readjust.
He sort of rolls
desk.
his eyes like, "Oh God, another one." And yeah, he leads you upstairs. And as he ushers you into this room on the top of the stairs, on the right side, it's like a balcony inside the house itself. And on the right side is the room. And we're just seeing your back from your perspective. And as you enter, the butler moves out of the way. And in this room, you see wall-to-wall bookshelves filled with, architecture books, history books, all kinds of them. You see easy chairs, lounge sofas. You see lamps on each corner beside a small reading desk, and above your head, it's like a lit up chandelier. It's a fancy ass house. And as you step on to that carpeted floor again, there's a wall mirror slightly taller than you, reflecting yourself. Um, and at this point, we see on the other side, you see a door, by the way, and on the other side there is a person standing uh, with a hat on and looking behind the house, so that there's a balcony which looks behind the house as well. They're on the balcony outside this room. James, you were walking on the upper balcony, a choice of chai or juice in your hand, and you heard someone walk into the room behind you, behind where you are, and you push on the door, and it opens to the library that has Val in it. So, can you please describe what does Val see?
Miss
Miss
Valerie
Val.
sees a proper, upright postured gentleman in a long tailored woolen vest, proper derby bowler hat, the most sensible of fine porcelain teacups in hand and saucer. We are in strict adherence to Mandus up in this house, and he walks forward, a cane crooked into his elbow as he holds his saucer and cup forward, takes in the scene to specifically acknowledge everyone in the room and make a mental note of who they are and who they're speaking to and who they know. Interesting combinations. Captain Archibald Winsforth Leah is a socialite, if there was ever a word for it. And he looks over and sees our wonderful Agent P, and approaches. We've met before. We have a little bit of a history. And
I think you mean Maria.
oh,
not P?
sorry. That's right.
Listen, I
here.
was getting James and
I
Lewis
apologize,
mixed
Maria.
up, and it's fine. James can get me and Agent P mixed up. It's fine.
I was looking
It's
at the
fine.
Fair
overlay,
game.
and it had just flipped away, and I'm like, where was it again? Yeah.
It's me. It's me.
I approach Valeria, slowly stepping over. You notice that he's, while his cane is in his hand, or in the crook of his elbow, he does walk a little slower. It's not every step, but it maybe belies an older injury of some kind. Maybe something that pains him now, but maybe didn't in the years past. He's about 40 years old, give or take. Not an old man by any means. Going a little bit gray. It hasn't quite reached his bespoke mustache just yet. But he walks with confidence and purpose up to Val.
I'll walk to meet, seeing that there's a little difficulty moving, and recognizing the good captain. There's a pleasant smile, one that's less forced than some get. And Val walks up and extends a hand.
And he whips out a handkerchief and he lays it on a table and puts his saucer and cup down before immediately taking your hand and giving a small tilt of the head.
So wonderful to see you, Captain.
Ms. Valerian, how does the day find you?
Well, it's been a good day. And she can't help but smile.
Mhm.
And the understanding that she knows why it's been a good day, but says nothing outside of that. And ask how have you been? I haven't seen you around the shop lately.
Oh, well, you know how it is. Madhu and Raj are just boisterous and full of energy, and they take so much of my time. I forget. Did you ever meet Sunita?
I don't.
Our housekeeper, the nanny to the children. They're sometimes around, the brokerage.
I don't believe I've had the pleasure.
The poor dear, they are running her ragged at this point, and I simply I cannot find the time to take them out to the villa outside the city and run some of that energy off. It's just been a handful up to this point. I simply must apologize too. I know that you had that shipment recently. Rules are rules. I hope that the time in the reading room in the cage was enough for the order that you had put in.
I'm sure that I will learn when I should whom I should make certain transactions with in the future.
Mm-hmm.
That there's more of a forced smile with that.
Mm-hmm. This is probably not even the first time that Archie has had to say, oh, no, this is contraband. I simply must fill out this form and send it in a letter that will reach the appropriate government office within 3 days, in which case they will respond at the speed of government. And for the audience at home, that affords anyone that's importing and exporting dubious materials through Archie's brokerage the ability to come in and look at, handle, or read those materials in the reading room, the cage, a place that is set aside. Archie believes that everything should follow the letter of the law. He is a lawyer, and like the bad, evil kind. All lawyers are evil.
But this one.
This one's just,
a stickler.
I'm a stickler.
Val has made it a purposeful point to never tell Archie when perhaps something has gone missing from his reading room or stores. And who knows if Archie knows if anything has ever gone missing from his stores and where it could be. Who knows? It ends up somewhere else.
Clerical errors happen all the time. Archie knows and is a stickler about paperwork and tracking, but it's one of those things. He would never let it on. That would be rude, and that's the other thing.
Right. Val takes advantage of this relationship that the two of them have all the time.
Absolutely,
all the time.
Archie appreciates their bespoke company. Finely cultivated. Why do you find yourself here? I assume for the same reasons as myself.
Well, I, of course, can't assume to know why someone such as yourself would be here, but I'm representing a friend of mine who could not make it.
I understand. Well, give my condolences to your friend. And he quickly changes the subject, picking up on that. He says, they have a lovely collection of books. Do you think they've ever read any of them?
Well, considering the amount that are books and the amount that are not books.
Facade, yes, indeed. Quite.
I'm familiar with things not being the way that they're supposed to be.
Well, one must do as they can. Appearances and all that. And he clears his throat, and he reaches down and he picks up his porcelain cup and continues. He's finds a reasonably suitable place to sit, leans his cane over with the bowler set upon the cane, and sits down, as is the proper manners to do here.
Val is, I think, just going to break from this conversation with that and just start perusing the books until something happens, because they're so uninformed as to what exactly this is supposed to be.
At this point, we cut to the face of a particular player of ours, whose also name starts with a P, Agent P. You hear the muffled sounds of, talking and banter outside. You can't really hear them. As we focus on an eye from the perspective of a small object looking at a magnifying glass. So like a small face, huge eye through the magnifying glass. Reverse shot, to see that it's a mechanical piece of a small piston which could go into a small engine. Tell us, who do we see at this moment examining this piece?
You see this hunched, slouched figure just admiring, I guess, this piece. Their hair is like kind of like half up, half down, and just eyebrows kind of bunched up together with a very quizzical look as to, what they're seeing. And you see, this is Durga. They are dressed in, a very like loose off-white kurta with like a green embroidered blazer on top, and a nice like dhoti with like boots almost. Durga's just looking around, examining things.
You're in a room which is filled with trinkets, mechanical parts, and in front of you is a person with eyeglasses, as they're working on a wheelchair. Lewis, tell us, what is Ashwin doing? What is Viran doing?
Yes, so they are, making some adjustments on their wheelchair because it's very finicky, and they made it and designed it themselves. It's effectively really just an old chair that they took, and sort of like fashioned like wheels to put it on, but then to make it more easy to traverse difficult terrain, because let's be real, the accessibility is not ideal. But I think right now they're sort of modifying a second set of like bigger wheels that will like slide out to make it almost not like a four-wheeler, but like in terms of like the frame of like the base, and sort of like fashioning a motor onto the bottom of the wheelchair that they took off of some other vehicle.
I'm imagining a V6 4-wheel drive wheelchair.
Yeah.
So yeah, you two are in this room. Like, there's just like a couple of hanging lamps which are just focusing on the table in front of you, and then there is another lamp which is shining a light on the engine which sits below your chair. Where the combustion engine is sort of, and you are just sort of working on this, just fixing a clickety clack and fixing some things. Oh, maybe you need a bit of adjustment there. And both of you hear, the muffled sounds outside, as another person enters this room. It looks like it was a shelf, but in like it opens and like a woman enters again, same as I described in the prologue. Curly black hair, dark tan skin, fluffy cheeks, wearing a sari. She knows both of you. She is Noor Jahan, the architect and one of the persons of the wealthy families which live in this place. Um, yes, it looks like everybody's here. How are you doing, Viran? Did you fix that? Uh, how's how's the progress going?
It is getting there. I am getting there. Yes,
Ah,
progress has
hmm,
been made.
hmm, that's great. Okay, all right, Durga. If you're done dialing around, let's just go outside and meet these people, and I'll give all of you a rundown together of what is supposed to go down. Really, really important. So, shall we go? Viran, do you need a wheelchair, or are you okay with the crutches?
Um, my wheelchair's not totally fixed yet, so I will be good with my crutches. And I think they will grab their arm crutches that were like leaning against the table, and they like get ready to go.
All right, absolutely. That is fine. Okay, let's go. And on the other side, there is again seems to be like a portrait, of like or rather not a portrait, rather uh, like a 6 feet tall uh, vertical landscape painting, but Nurjahan pushes it aside. And Val and James, you see this 6 feet tall mirror that was there, and it opens up, and you see these three people emerge. James, my dear, I'm so sorry it took a while. Busy with other things. You know how it is. You know how it is with us folks, and I'm sorry. Um, I was expecting someone else. Do you happen to know? Do you know Brinda by any chance?
I think at this point, Valid found a book that was actually a book that seemed remotely interesting, and closes it and says, "Yes, they could not. She was unfortunately indisposed and sent me on her behalf," and just slides it gently, and just like with one finger, just pushes it in with like an awkward pause. I'm Valeria Espinosa. It's nice to meet you.
I guess nice to meet you too. I will need to vet you, however. If Brenda Veer, apologies, if Veer trusts you, then I don't think I need any other reason to not vet you. But this is James. He is a person in the government, and this here is Durga, and this is Viran.
It wouldn't be Cthulhu if there wasn't some kind of madness around naming NPCs around players' names.
Right. Yeah, I think just Val just gives them both a courteous nod.
All right. Okay. So
Archie stands to firmly shake the man's hand. It's a good name, a strong name.
Whose hand?
Specifically James.
Viran's. No.
Oh, did you call Archie James?
Yeah, this. It's.
Sorry. You kept saying James a bunch of times, and I assumed that a new NPC named James came in with this person.
No. It's Noor Jahan.
Okay. Understood. I thought they had a government official with them.
That's absolutely fine. If it's
we're good.
We're all doing so
Chat
great.
was with me on this, and
we
I'm
are
like,
doing.
what have you done?
We're doing so great. If it's not a
everything's just
TTRPG game,
happened, and
unless
it's
you
not-
mess up.
And it's a captain. It's Captain
NPCs.
Archibald, not James, and everything's the same.
Yes.
Everything is the same.
Everything's the same.
Indeed.
All right. So,
madam, and I'll stand to greet our
James.
benevolent host.
Yes. I thank you all for coming on such short notice, although I was expecting someone else. But the thing is, what I'm about to ask of you is quite a dangerous task. It's supposedly become dangerous. It shouldn't be this damn dangerous. That I assume all of you know about all of you know about the jail, which it opened up and it opened up not in a nice way, and there's a hole over there, and that's where the prisoners and some other people have escaped to. Now, I have sent other people below to make heads or tails of it. Some of them have come back, some of them have not, because they decided to venture deep into the hills, inside the hills, actually. So, the reason I brought all of you here is all of you are, and she just does a double take at you, Val. All of you are experts in some form or the other in different areas. I'm hoping you are, Val. And I feel that you guys will be better equipped rather than a few guards or a police force, because they have just one track of mind. They want to get all the prisoners back. I don't, honestly, I could care less about the prisoners. I want to know what the hell is going down below. I want to. There was a man on the inside that I had. He was a prisoner. He was supposed to keep the jail open, but for some god, he was just supposed to make. It's fine. I can trust you guys. I'll hold you to secrecy. He was just supposed to make a nuisance and get himself jailed, but he ended up taking his eye out and running
That's
things.
terribly unfortunate.
Oh well, he has another one, so that's fine.
This is true.
Yeah, that is true. But it seems like he is one of the person who has disappeared. Apparently not dead, but definitely disappeared into those steps that goes beneath the hills. And he was supposed to keep the jail open so that I don't get to dig up that thing which exists there. But it has happened, much against my will, much against the things that I've heard from the villagers. So I need all of you to please go and figure out what the hell is actually down there below. And I promise you the insurance that I will give you a few weapons. I will give you, hopefully all of you make out of there alive, and when you come back, I will give you a fortune that you can retire on. So, I have more than enough. I don't need all of this. I don't need this villa. I don't need all of this. Honestly, it's way too much of a burden. So what do you say to going down into that tunnel and figuring out what are the structures beneath the hills? Where have these people gone? And where is my man on the inside? And if he's alive, if you can, rescue him alive. But if not, I mean, just get his body back. I have to send something back to the parents.
As is only proper. I'm on just above board. What is the? How do you spell the name of our benefactor here?
Noor Jahan. That's Noor Jahan. Noor Jahan.
Okay.
Jahan.
Gotcha.
Jahan.
For my notes.
I realize I should have sent these before, but apologies.
Okay. This is why I ask.
So,
Lady Jahan, would it be beneficial to have photographs of this structure underneath? As you know, I am a aspiring photographer.
There are no photographs of the structure underneath. There are a few descriptions.
So potentially
but
valuable to you.
None of the people who have definitely, but all the other people who have gone deeper to procure me the map they have not returned as of yet. You will find the stairs. There's a 20 feet wide stair, and it's about 5 feet in length, 20 feet wide. The steps aren't that deep, so yeah, you shouldn't have a lot of trouble stepping down. But supposedly it goes down way below than what we initially thought of. I don't know how many feet, how many hundreds of feet even. And there are what feels like alleys and roads on either side. There are pillars. There seems to be something like what appears to be like a balcony or balconies, but that's about as much as we could gather. Any person who went further down, they have not returned as of yet, like I said. So I know this is risky, but I promise you the reward will be even greater.
No doubt in need of an experienced adventurer to properly ensure strict policy and procedure are followed. Poor
Yes.
planning or proper planning prevents, what is it, the terminology again? Shoddy performance, some such thing.
Something to that effect. And I hope you will get the right words eventually. I do have in my possession a few guns which I can lend to you people. If there's anything else that you feel that you might need, for example, a torch, some ropes, you will get your rations. Do not worry about that. I am giving you enough. If you are frugal enough, it should last about a week. I do not intend for you to stay long over there. Please get what you can, find whom you can, get out. And there's something you should know about the folk tales that the villagers have told me. There is something to do with a fading sun. There is something to do with an eye with many arms. Supposedly a being or a god, I don't know how that works, honestly, or a monster, you may even call them, who has come to this place from another world. They speak of a people of long limbs and long ears, who speak a language not too dissimilar from ours, and how they brought this monster or god along with them. People often, credit these to folk tales to scare their children, but I believe there's something more to this than meets the eye. Pardon the pun. So I do not know, and there have been I have reason to believe that the stupidity that my man on the inside made, his name is Varun. Above the table, Varun, Varun.
Thank you.
The stupidity that he made of gouging his eye out, and you see her like shudder. It relates to one of the tales, these folk tales of these people taking eyes of their victims and forming an unholy body made out of different parts, which is supposed to be their god. And from what I heard of the things Varun was shouting in the plane before he did what he did, it matches up to what happened in those stories. So please be careful of those things. I will leave if there are no more questions. I would rather you leave tonight itself. There is a car which will lead you to that place. It is now more or less an archaeological site. There are a lot of soldiers present over there, but you should not have a lot of trouble passing through. I will have someone inform.
There are a few things I would grab from my estate first, given the nature of what you said. But absolutely, with great haste, madam. And
Feel free to do so, but do not take long.
absolutely, time seems to be of the essence. We can't have these men trapped down there any longer than they need to be.
Indeed, we cannot. Vedan, is there anything else you need help with regarding your inventions? You might need to get something from your home as well.
I think I have all that I may need on me now, but perhaps I might grab extra tools just in case.
Indeed.
Sure. All right. So after this, she leads you to a place underground beneath her mansion, where you see a entire catalog of weapons for you to find, for you to take. But again, there aren't a lot of things you can carry unless you make it, very obvious that, oh my god, you guys are carrying weapons. So be frugal with it. So there are a few guns which stand out. Again, there are not a lot of guns. Let me just take that off your thing. I'm just looking through. You do have let me just check here. Give me a minute, please. Apologies.
Can Archie bring his own guns as you look that up?
Yeah, absolutely you can. Absolutely you can.
Absolutely.
Go ahead, my dude.
Beautiful.
You do find there are shotguns, there are Tommy guns, there are magnums, there are rifles, semi-automatic weapons. So, at your discretion, feel free to choose.
In an equipment
Yeah.
montage of Archie grabbing things quickly from the villa, you see a very English-looking man open up the doors of a study, and there's just shit on the walls.
It reminds me of Kingsman for some reason.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very much Kingsman.
Heck
he has
yeah.
a 1911 Colt 45 ACP pistol, which is an officer's pistol from way back when. Lifted off the wall, there's a Springfield 1903 30-06 cartridge sniper/hunting rifle that became the standard for everyone that eats deer meat across the entire world after it was invented way back in 1906. He pockets a telescope, a gift from his father, as well as a handful of small, a couple of pouches from his days in the army that have things like a carbide lamp within it and a canister for it. Basically, the 1920s equivalent of a headlamp, and some tools of that nature. Expedition gear, the kind of thing where if a proper gentleman were going on safari, he would have packed in a crate for somebody to carry for him, but is putting it all into a rucksack that is probably entirely too heavy for a man of his. He's gotten a little softer over the last couple of years compared to his youth. But yeah, as well as a reference book for Sanskrit. It's one of the languages that Archie took to be able to. He's an archaeology buff, And the mention of ancient runes, these reference books have come in handy for identifying a lot of these relics that come through the brokerage house that he runs. So he grabs a few books and reference sheets that he's made for himself, because it is very much a second language for him. Writing implements, that sort of thing.
I think there's a similar montage for Val, except instead of weapons and such, Val has got a bag full of books, particularly focusing on books of local folklore, legend, the any sort of esoteric mythology, and also grab some small satchels of things that might be seen as pointless to take, but inside these satchels are a variety of herbs and small stones and crystals. There's amulets and talismans, and things that are used in the practice that Val and their family have. Their familial, more mundane magic when compared to the cosmos, but things that not only bring her comfort but also bring her guidance and focus, and also an heirloom from her late father is just a small handgun that has not been used in a while but has been maintained at least.
What about Durga? Durga, you see Noor Jahan hand you a 41 revolver. So over the table, just take a look at the weapons and add a .41 revolver, which is in handguns, to your to the weapons that you have, please. And she turns to you, Veran.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what would you like?
I'm not really a weapons guy.
You're more of a seed guy.
I am. Well, I've been given this job.
You know what? Just take this, and she hands you what's called a flintlock.
Mhm.
So just take note of that.
Yeah. Okay.
Just something to keep you company, just in case. You never know.
Yes, guns are famously fantastic company. Thank you so much. Thank you. Yes.
All right. So we reconvene after this montage of you, all of you gathering all of your stuff really quickly. You know,
Mhm.
gathering whatever you can find. All of there are a couple of cars which take you to your home, and make sure that you immediately get all of your stuff. You get back back. You lock everything up, shutters down, everything's shops closed for the week. Same with Veran, same with Durga, wherever Durga lives. I don't know. And same with James. You tell, all the people who are concerned, but like, I'm off. Do you tell them like where are you going?
It's late at night, you had mentioned.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I look in on my children, give them a gentle kiss on the head as they sleep in their rooms. I leave some instructions with Sunita, and take the car to go and rendezvous with our companions. As he's on his way out, he reaches down and grabs a very familiar-looking brown leather case that has his old Kodak-style box camera that folds out and pulls out, excited and ready to use his newfound photography talents for the good of mankind.
I love it.
Indeed.
Anything else that Varan, Durga, or Val you need to do?
I don't really think there's a full and proper. I think what Varen does is finish fixing their wheelchair, and also I think maybe finding Val and being like, do you want to actually be on this job? Because I don't.
So I have to be honest, it was not exactly, it was a favor that is now more interesting than I thought it would be. So I don't think I'm what the good lady would call qualified for an adventuring situation, but I think we'll be fine.
Yes, I'm sure we'll be fine. And
why are you going?
I don't know. I was asked to, and I mean,
and forgive me if I'm overstepping, but aren't you usually you don't like to go out and do?
I don't. Yes, this is things that I do not enjoy doing. And you know what? You take this for extra company, and Varen is gonna give Val the flintlock because they do not want it whatsoever. Here, extra company for you. And then I think, Varen is gonna like fold up their crutches and put them on like the back of their wheelchair. Okay.
Val just kind of raises her eyebrows at this nice weapon, but are you sure you don't want something?
If it comes into worst comes to worst, I can use one of my crutches as a blunt weapon.
Right. It's statistically good against bullets.
Statistically.
Well, don't get too far from the captain then. I'm sure that he will take care of all of us.
Yes. Yeah, for sure.
As you're having this conversation, what is Durga doing?
I think Durga, the only person that Durga will probably tell, like, hey, I'm probably going to be at a commission for a bit, is Lars.
Durga, your audio is way, way, way down.
Ooh, hold on.
Yeah.
Return to us.
Is this better?
That is
Yeah.
better.
It is.
Thank you.
Video
Hell
hates me. All
It
right.
happens.
Yeah, so I think the only person Durga will tell that, that they're gonna be gone for a bit is just Lars. And Durga lives probably like on top of like the appraisal store as well. And we lost Amaan.
While we're waiting, again, thank you everybody for stopping by. The links that are being shared by the bots and by Steve in the chat will take you over to our Tiltify fundraiser. We're currently raising money for Roll for Wishes for Make-A-Wish International. It's a month-long fundraising event to help children with debilitating illnesses all across the world. There's some rewards that are linked by the bot right there. So if you go in and you donate, just leave a comment. I think Steve's going to set up the actual donations in Tiltify for the next stream. You can do things like cause us all to lose our minds in Eldritch Horror. You can do things that alter the game directly. You can also, with a $10 or $20 donation, make things a little easier on the players as you inject all that chaos. So if you can't, if it's a hardship to donate financially, please share with friends and family on your social media. We're going to have we've got dozens of games and one-shots from over 250 creators across the world fundraising for this event all month long, and probably like a week into November as well, because we got a late start. So, and I see that Amaan is back.
Against all odds.
It's the eldritch beings trying to keep you from destroying us. They like us too much.
Too much.
We're gonna live, guys.
Yeah. Bad internet connection is going to save us all. So from here, we basically cut to, the drive is fairly quiet. You guys do what you gather what you need to gather. I guess I missed the last half of what Durga does, because I got chugged. I got yeeted off Pantsless tables.
With your
and
pants off and everything.
Yeah. And we cut to a location which we saw earlier. Dark hills, broken buildings, and in front of us are tapes, ropes, large tarps covering and hiding the broken parts of the buildings. There are a few tents here and there. People inside talking, chattering. And in the back, there's a huge hill rising. And there are encampments on the hill as well. It's late evening, and there is a soldier who's walking up to you. Now, all of you have a paper slip with some official notations, a stamp, and everything. It's sort of your go-to pass. Soldier comes up to you. Now here, what is your business here? And citizens are not allowed to go past this area. Please make your business known, or otherwise we might have to apprehend you and take you into custody.
I think Val takes a small step forward, then looks back to everyone with like a nod and holds her hand out towards the rest of the group while their other hand has the paperwork, and just does a little like give me motion, as if to imply to give her all of your papers, and says to this official, thank you for doing your job. We are all here on official business, however. And did anybody not give Val their papers? No? Great, cool. I handed them everybody's papers. It's not weird or awkward at all.
No.
Well, this checks out. You guys are going down the stairs. Well, okay. I had prepared something for this. Is there anything that you guys need to tell your employer in case you don't come back? And he takes out a pen and paper and like or employer or next of kin or anything in case you don't come back.
I've left instructions at my estate. However, our benefactor was keenly interested in whatever photographs that we can capture from down there. The contents of our camera can be delivered to them should we not return.
Is there any sure? Just make sure the reel gets to us somehow.
Indeed.
We'll need the negatives if you want the photographs to be actually, reach the person intended to.
Well,
and,
if
okay, I'll just note down Noor Jahan, as the person of interest.
I think there's a
Uh,
small flashback for Val as part of their getting things ready. They had written a very short note and had hidden it not in their store in a more public, easily accessible place, but also a place that she often met
Veer.
yeah, that often met up with Veer. So it's easily accessible, but not necessarily like super public information as to where it is. And had made sure to put both this note and also a very like there's the majority of the note is kind of soft fluff of, you know, all of these things about how much you mean to me and all these sorts of stuff. And then inside of the envelope is also a very old looking ring, one that used to belong to Val's great grandparents that they brought when they came to this place, with an addendum note that just says to keep the or rather there's a note that goes with that ring that just says, so we are not forgotten. And then flashing back to the present, just smiles very like flatly and plainly at this garden, says, I've already taken care of it, thank you.
Sure, I don't care. Yeah, you guys. All right. You know what? Just go ahead. I don't get paid enough for this shit. He just like folds the paper, keeps the paper, and he calls out to another person. Hey, Rakesh! And you see this almost hulk of a man just like just to walk through. Yeah. Tell me. These people are going down below, and just escort them and close the door behind. Will you? I mean, yeah, close the door behind. You guys will knock if you come back, right? If you come back.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Sure seems to be the case, and what everybody says.
Durga's gonna just look at the guards for a second and be like, there's no need to be rude about it. Like, we might live.
We might live.
Yes.
Come now, friends. Of course, we're going to follow proper protocol and procedure.
No. That is fine. All positivity is great positivity.
Okay,
I'm
fine.
certain that all of these people just befell some sort of tragedy due to gross incompetence, that they didn't follow the manual.
Unfortunate accidents.
The instructions.
Mm-hmm.
You are with a learned adventurer. I have many leather-bound books.
Val just sighs so deeply as the captain goes into his feel again.
I think Varen side eyes both Durga and Val like.
You see Rakesh and say like, please, let's just. This is past midnight. I need to sleep. Who knows what tomorrow will bring? Please, madam, sir.
Chal, Rakesh Bhaiya. Chal.
Chalo, ek aur. He says like, one more, and just starts walking towards, and you see where where the door is. The door is basically flat on the ground, and he like it's a huge ass like wooden door, and he just pulls it up and opens it. Immediately, the first thing that you smell is what was outside was the smell of rain, but inside is the smell of rotten dust, if that exists. If that smell can exist, it's rotting dust. Almost almost sweet smell, but also something which can make anybody sneeze immediately. And it certainly makes Rakesh sneeze like astaghfirullah. Yeah, please go ahead and knock thrice if it's you. And if you do not knock thrice, I will not open. I
Understood.
sleep nearby and I am a light sleeper. So, yeah, you don't need to worry about
if we
making a lot
knock-
of noise.
If we knock more times, will you not open the door?
No.
Understood. So if we're in some kind of medical emergency, we need to maintain our composure and knock
Enough.
only 3 times.
Only thrice.
Have you
Only
heard?
thrice.
As long as you can knock 3 times in a row. Maybe like keep it in a rhythm, like pop 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 pop.
Oh,
pop,
you would
pop,
like us
pop.
to stay with them if we're bleeding out or missing a limb. But sure. Well, remember to knock thrice.
Have you heard anything
Thank you.
coming from behind this door recently? You are like
Let me think.
after all.
Oh well, there are noises, but nothing knocking.
So,
But that
noises.
just might be bats. That just might be bats. The winds. Who knows?
Oh, come now.
It goes. It's a very big hollow thing. I don't know what.
any screaming like, "Oh, we're dying," or something to that effect?
Not so far. Not yet.
Any noises you can't explain.
You know what? This conversation right now is a noise that I can't explain. So, unless you don't want to go inside and waste my time, go inside and do your thing, and let us do our job, and you do your job. How about that? I told you what I know, and that is all.
Question above
Hey,
board.
bhai Raju, kya kaun se log aa gaye be?
This
And like
this
he just
person
like,
is
extremely rude.
is this person outfitted as an armed guard, a police officer kind of?
Yes,
and-
he's armed. He looks like a soldier, but a lower rank one.
Okay.
But you know how the more how this thing is. I can't seem to find the right words to put this in. But the first line of authority.
a grunt.
These footmen,
Grunt.
they can kill a high-ranking person, but they are the first line of contact, so they are bound to do something like that.
They're like the
and-
cashiers at a grocery store.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They'll kill
underpaid,
you
extremely
immediately.
tired.
They're exactly like a
And,
cashier at a grocery
and-
store. They will kill you immediately.
I like it.
So, yeah. So, again, I need my beauty sleep.
Of course.
What beauty?
Captain,
Yes.
I'm just kind of hearing Druga just make some snide comment. Val was saying captain and just kind of like looks over towards them. Perhaps, Captain, you should lead us in before we deprive this person of their sleep.
Absolutely.
Kind of like wide eyes at the other two, being like, just don't shush.
Indeed. Let us step inside, affix our light sources and take stock and inventory. We'll set a robust marching order to ensure that there are no injuries as we venture down.
Captain,
Does that sound
why don't we just go?
appropriate?
All
in
right,
and-
chop, 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 chop.
Let's go.
Uh,
And he strikes his carbide light with a box of matches. And you see this like hot, it's like a phosphorus glow as he fills a little reservoir with carbide, which is like water and carbon that burns. And it's like a miner's headlamp. Off we go. Tally ho!
all right.
And he steps forward.
So as you step forward, who's next? And I'll just interject here, and especially for Veran's wheelchair modification, one of the things that you recently added was hydraulics, which will help you, which specially helps you in going up and down the stairs in a wheelchair. And it is a 4-wheel drive. It is a bit noisy.
So it's
as you,
incredibly
like,
loud.
Very, very good.
It takes me a second to get started, but it'll kick in.
So yeah, you have made these sort of mechanisms where you can use brakes and you can use things to accelerate. You can use, on your choice, the front wheel or front wheel drive or a rear wheel drive. You are smart enough to do this.
Yeah.
You're smart enough to mechanize that. So you personally won't have as much of a problem as somebody else who's just using a normal wheelchair they would have.
Yeah.
I think
All right.
Val is going to opt to go into the back. Mostly because then
Oh,
we get a
I
really
was gonna
good view of things. Unless Druga is trying to like really fight for that.
I think so.
Okay.
What
All right.
what's everybody carrying for light? We're all going underground. We knew that.
Right.
What do you have?
Something that was given to her. That's
A kerosene lamp?
It's probably
Yeah.
like and I believe you at least have like a couple of huge ass torches. You know,
Rudiment.
flashlights,
Yeah,
like
I was
huge,
gonna say a torch.
Yeah.
like these are like big bulk. You can use it as a blunt weapon, to be honest.
Love
They
it.
are huge. They have huge batteries inside of them, and they don't shine that bright a light, but it is enough to, you know, just illuminate what's in front of you and not
Yeah.
bump into someone or something.
And then I think Varen perhaps has modified some sort of lantern to be like on the corner of one of the corners of like the top of the wheelchair.
Oh, love it.
It's got
I
a
love
little hanging hook to like
Yeah.
little lantern hanging back and forth like the ferryman.
Exactly.
Not ominous at all.
Not in the slightest. I'd like to say, keep in mind, friends, that roughly how many people were sent down here before us, Keeper?
At
Like
least
a
10.
dozen?
At least 10 or 15.
Okay.
None of them came
In
back.
different
none of
groups,
returned.
maybe groups of 3, sometimes groups of 4, a couple of people, one person.
In that,
There are
when we were procuring stuff that was provided, I want to say Archie grabbed a couple sets of handcuffs and keys. Because if there are people that have, you know, are at their wits' end or are hysterical, they might need to be restrained so we can get them to safety for their own safety and ours.
Fair enough. Fair enough. So, as you start to make your way down below, you see, as you're walking deep beneath the steps, there, instead of, you know, stone cutaways or rocks, it eventually leads to something which looks like a pillar, a thin pillar rising up, like vertical lines, and sometimes it almost looks like it's above your head. It's going into an arch, like an archway, and there are different levels to it. On either side of the walls, it feels like, okay, they very well could have, these could have been windows at one point of time. That's what it looks like, into the rock cuttings. At this point, all of you take one step down below, and every one of you feels a chill, almost like you have crossed a barrier, almost like an air passed through you. And
Indigestion.
it's gone. It's gone
Excuse
the
me.
moment.
As
It's
you
gone
you
the
advance in
moment
age,
you
it
feel it.
happens.
That's normal, I'm sure.
Indeed. Quite. Snap some more pictures as we go.
Yeah, Val just kind of nods her head, but in her pocket is going to hold like a small metallic, it looks almost like a coin that is almost smooth by the amount of that she's rubbed it, but it's a small talisman that's in their pocket, and they just kind of wordlessly mouth and whisper a string of words that are old words equivalent to what would be Spanish. That mechanically speaking don't do anything necessarily, but
That's fine.
Narratively.
put a little protective spell on us against an eldritch horror.
It'll do nothing, but yes.
Got a little mundane witchcraft. It's totally fine.
Yeah.
At this point, let me just check one little tiny thing. Apologies. I'm just checking something. Can somebody roll me? Oh crap! Where was it? Just give apologies. The book is a bit huge. Thank you, Gailsim. I love you so much.
It's beautiful.
Thank you, Chaosium.
Full of
Absolutely
knowledge.
beautiful.
The 2 bookmarks, genius.
Yeah.
Love the 2 bookmarks.
Hey, more TTRPG companies who make big books like this. 2 bookmarks, please.
2.
Oh, wait, 2, please. Very
Indeed.
good.
More than 2 is also great.
5?
Go
Would be
crazy,
perfect.
dude. What about 6? You know?
Oh,
Go crazy.
all right. Gotta have expectations. Realistic expectations.
Yeah, you know, the ribbon
More
economy
bookmark
will...
than pages.
Can somebody?
Yes.
Does
Make the
anyone have the
entire book.
natural world scale?
Yes, I do.
Yes.
I have a little
Absolutely.
bit.
25 points in it.
I have a 20 in
I have-
Natural World.
30.
Would
I
any of
don't
you
have
like to
any then.
make a?
Yes,
Would you like to make a roll for natural world?
Absolutely. I haven't rolled at all this game.
Please do.
Shall we?
And nothing can go
I think
wrong.
everybody technically starts with a 10 in Natural World, so even if you don't...
Yep.
Yeah.
That is a 19 on a 25.
I just experienced
Amazing.
something so messed up.
That is old man experience.
That's a 21 over 20.
Oh.
You can use your
That's what I was going to
you
ask.
can-
Using luck points is just you put one...
Yeah,
you subtract 1 point
yeah,
to...
you just
subtract from the roll,
deduct
right?
1 point from your luck,
Mhm.
and you can, so that's
And you-
basically added to your roll,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
you
Subtract
can
it
match it.
from
So
your-
yeah,
from
you
your roll. Yeah.
feel free to use your luck points.
Just remember, luck never comes back. So once you're out, you're out.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm going to do the same thing because I got 33 over 30. So I'm going to spend 3 luck points.
Oh wow.
I'm gonna live with my failure, I think.
So be it.
Excellent. So I succeed. Regular
So
success.
Val and James, both of
Yes.
you notice that these suddenly these pillars, these windows and everything, they seem to be made of a different material of a rock than what you just saw back there. They aren't part of the natural ecology or the natural soil of this place. Something changed.
Like in front of us, like as we were looking at it, they
Yeah.
changed.
As you were looking at it, it changed. The moment right after you felt that shiver.
Miss Valerian, take a look at this. And he takes a photo, and he look at this. This doesn't feel like any man. Is it man-made? It doesn't feel like a natural material.
Is the captain reaching out towards it?
I'm literally putting my hand on it.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Oh.
Seeing you do that, Val is going to grab your wrist, but hopefully before you touch it.
Yeah, I'm reaching out to like feel the stone because it's stone. Stone can't hurt me.
Val
Stone
absolutely
can't
wants
hurt
to try to grab the wrist and stop you from touching it.
Oh, my dear.
That I am not going to apologize because touching things that we don't understand can make bad things happen.
That he touches his nose and he's like, absolutely, spot on, good show.
I will take a closer look at it now that I'm closer to it to see like
Generally
what kind of
speaking,
strange material it is.
I attribute that to flora and fauna, not rocks. But you know, there have been instances of dangerous rocks, I suppose.
Right.
And he takes more photographs as you're doing this, basically cataloging everything that you do with his box camera.
Yeah.
Great. You're gonna definitely get some like sideways, like confused, squinty glares.
What?
But she doesn't stop you. But I do want to like get as much of an idea of what this not rock, like the closest comparison.
The closest comparison that you can feel is that it feels like marble, but it looks rough. But when you touch it, if you touch it, do you touch it?
I think that Val's gonna pull out like a pencil or some sort of like pencil pen or whatever, and just kind of touch it using not their hands until they know what the heck is going on.
It looks like it's there's dust settled on it, but it's pretty smooth. Even though it looks rough, but it's almost like it's sculpted. And at this point, both you, Veran and Durga, you also notice this change because I assume you're speaking this out loud and you're in close quarters. All of you notice that even the steps that you came down below, all of those rocks suddenly seem to be of the same thing, material, almost like as if the things changed.
Miss Valeria, here, and Archie's going to reach into his bag and pull out. It looks like a rock hammer, square on one side with a pick, probably 2 or 3 pounds. Like it's robust. In case we needed to clear debris or rubble, see what you can make of this. And he hands it over to her.
Oh, all right. I'm gonna turn back to Druga and say, could you see if there's any of this stone that's not connected to anything? I feel it's strange.
Is it connected to anything? Does Durga see anything from where they're standing?
Something like
it almost feels like what it feels like. It feels like the entire mountain and the pillars are made of like one sculpture. It's almost like it's sculpted in to the stone itself.
Okay.
Oh, I understand the scope of this now. Okay.
Okay.
Maybe
I
let's
understand.
not.
Hello?
Mm,
Oh. The captain shines his light around in the
Hello, is
direction
anybody
of the
there?
lights. Hello.
Is anyone there?
Yes? Who is this?
And you see like the first you see the
Heyo.
sound of someone trying to run up to you, like tuck, 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 tuck. They're like trying to run up, and you see a skinny man,
The captain puts
Dishe-
himself
disheveled
in
hair.
front of the women, specifically.
disheveled hair,
I'll roll some
civilian clothes, says, "Oh, are you here to rescue us?
Absolutely.
Have you come from outside? Have you come from Ispatpur?
What happened?
We
Are you
can't
well?
seem to find our way out. No, I'm not well.
How
can't-
long have you
Are you
been
injured?
down here?
I don't know. It feels like a week, 2 weeks. I don't know. And their
what's-
mouth is dry, like there are cracks in the lips. There's cracks on their hands.
He is immediately proffered with a canteen.
What do you mean that you can't find your way out? The way out is
Up.
here.
Up there.
You look
Not
upstairs,
thrice.
and what you expect, you shine your light up. You expect like there to be like like what 50 feet above. You expect there to be a silhouette of a not silhouette, like a shadow of a door.
Mm-hmm.
Just seems to be more steps.
Oh, okay. That is not ideal. Fuck.
The
I mean,
That's
it makes sense why
troublesome.
people were disappearing.
Okay.
And they like drink like the water, like like they cough it out. It's like they haven't drank water in a while.
Face yourself.
So, what's your name?
My name, what's I used to be called Arjun. Now I don't even know.
Okay, Arjun, that's okay. You're still Arjun. Who did you come down here with?
I came with a friend of mine, but he's fallen sick. There are others who came after me, but seems to me that you are more or less trapped like I am.
Okay. What?
let's not
That's
jump to
fine.
conclusions, my good man.
What do you mean? Not jump to conclude? The door is gone.
It's a staircase. It's clearly an optical illusion.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you go up. Go back up the steps. See if you can knock thrice and get out of here, Archibald.
I'm certain that we'll be able to do so. This person is clearly dehydrated.
How many steps did we take down here? Is
Yeah.
it like it's theoretically, would it be within view shot if I were to say walk up to where the door should be?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to walk up the stairs to where
It takes a few
approximately the door should be.
Mhm.
Taking one of the lamps with me. And I assume it is simply more staircase.
More staircase, more of the same.
Fantastic.
Architecture on either side, just leading up.
Excellent. I'm gonna say I borrowed the lantern off of your wheelchair so that it's more like
Mine.
perfect. So it's more like an area.
Yeah.
And we'll just stand there and like hold my arms out like this, holding one lantern, and say, Captain, then maybe we're all dehydrated. I say loud enough to like have it echo down.
Uh-huh.
And Captain, maybe you're Captain, maybe you're
See,
Yes.
as you can see, we're probably just dehydrated. We're,
I,
I'm gonna make my way back
we're
down.
going to be fine. There's no reason to panic
I think
and lose our heads. Would anyone
That I
like a
agree with.
brandy? No.
like a brandy. I think Baron is going to like look like up at like where like, the door should be like, oh fuck. And they're gonna like lean over in their chair, and this is probably maybe not a good idea. I don't know what horrors will befall me. But Baron's gonna knock on the cave wall 3 times.
Feels just like solid. It barely sounds. It's like solid stone.
Okay, well that's my only idea.
Please, you have to.
We
There are
gather some
there are more people downstairs. If you have some food and water, we could really.
What did your friend get sick with? You said they got sick.
I have no idea. It might be dust. It might be. It feels like fever. It looks like fever, so it must be fever.
Okay. I think Varen is gonna wheel back from the guy a bit. So when they have like sort of like a fabric around their hip, they're gonna untie, like rip off a bit, and then like tie the fabric around. Varen's gonna tie the fabric around his face and like keep distance away from the man. Okay.
Please,
We'll,
please, everyone.
we'll try to help you guys. How many people are with you right now downstairs?
Oh, we are 12 of us.
And do any 12 of you only have one eye?
There used to be 13 of us. There was one person who had one. I mean, he wore an eye patch, but he ran off. We haven't seen him since.
Okay.
Did he say anything before running off?
Just that the promise shall be kept. He was mad. He was mad. He used to be. I think he was a prisoner here.
Yeah, quite mad indeed. Archie takes a picture of this man standing in front of them.
Archie, not now. Leave the man.
Please, just come with us. Down there, there are a few openings which looks like roads, and there are more. There appears to be windows. We have found one of those. We have made our camp more or less in one of those houses or rooms or whatever it is. Please help us.
Absolutely. How could we not?
Val's made her way back by this point, and I think puts a hand on. I'm forgetting. I'm just calling on Louis Viren. Sorry.
There we go.
Everybody starts names. The name starts all with V. Puts a hand on Viren's shoulder in like a comforting way. Hands Druga back the lantern. And says, I do agree with the captain on one thing. We don't need to worry yet.
I disagree with that fundamentally. The door is gone.
True.
Maybe
I'm not thrice, and we're still.
I'm certain that we'll find our way out.
Yes, we just need to hydra, and the door will magically appear.
Stranger things have happened. And Val is going to hand you a small, smooth stone that's also marble-esque.
Mm-hmm.
It's blue. It's got various different blue veins in it. And she says, just hold on to that.
Yes. Okay.
You see Arjun. He has already started walking down. Please.
I
This
follow
way.
the man.
Absolutely.
As you're making your, yeah. Sorry.
Captain whispers in on his companions. We do have supplies for several weeks. It wouldn't hurt us too much to help these fine folks out. They're obviously distraught. It's a weird circumstance. Let us remember that we are humans and people first, and that these are people that need our help, despite perhaps their malady. Madness is not something that they choose for themselves. So kindness will be key. And you see some horror behind his eyes just a little bit, like he's seen some shit.
Okay, yeah, sure, Captain. I will keep that in mind.
That said,
As you start,
squirrel it away.
So as you start to walk down, on your right side, you start to see almost looks like just like a few feet wide but 20 feet tall openings, and if you peer inside, there seems to be like balconies on either side, windows, doorways, and these look more like alleys than hallways and walkways. These look like proper roads that have been built. And Arjun keeps thinking, yeah, it's not these one. These have like a dead end over here. When all of these rooms are like filled with like rocks falling
Have
down
you
and everything.
mapped
We
this
found
place out? Do you have a written map?
a little bit. I don't have it with me over here. We keep it safe with ourselves. Here, we will take this road, and he shows you like one of the roads which goes away, which goes sideways and not below. And okay, please just let's just keep walking here. I know everything by touch and feel of the walls now. The texture here is different.
Is Arjun telling the
Thank you
truth?
for the water. Can you
Like his intentions.
his intentions?
Yeah, I need to know what this guy is actually trying to do because
I check.
Durga doesn't trust him.
Can we
Completely.
throw a
You're
little
right.
bit of like charm and or psychology into this? Are we being led to
Oh,
a
yeah.
doom?
What?
I just
Yeah.
wanna
What?
see
What?
this
What?
person
I
Give me-
need the vibes.
Yeah, my
Can you-
curiosity is if this person can actually see. Because
Never,
there's a lot of
never
eye
trust,
stuff
never
going
trust
on.
an Arjun.
Can you give me a psychology roll
A psychology.
to see,
Oh, God.
or
That is-
what else could be the right one for you to
feel like-
understand?
Wouldn't it be? I think it'd either be psychology or psychoanalyst, right?
Yeah, psychoanalysis or psychology could work.
Yeah,
Oh,
you can choose
my
either.
psychology is. My psychology is both of them are dismal, but psychology at least has
Hey,
something.
You might hit a crit.
There's a chance. There's a
rolled
1 in 10 chance.
I rolled a 1 over a 10.
That's
That
amazing.
is a crit. That's
That
a
is a
crit.
crit.
Oh. Wait, so you rolled a 1?
You rolled a 1.
What?
Steve,
That's 2 zeros and
Steve.
a 1, right?
Steve, you can put that on a nat 20 counter
Incredible.
Yeah.
because it's a crit success.
Incredible.
I rolled a
The
1.
statistical impossibilities of that is
Let's
so
go.
I
small.
love it.
Wow.
That's how you
Okay.
summon a deity in D&D. Like,
Go.
I like it.
It's the statistics are even more impossible getting
Yeah.
a 1 on 100.
I saw the 1 first and I was like waiting for some high 10 number and I saw 2 zeros and I was like,
What does this mean? So here's what happens.
Mm.
You know, Durga, you feel that there is the demeanor he's walking in. It seems to be the demeanor seems to be anticipatory. Like he is anticipating something to go down. You know how people are nervous and jittery when like, oh, it's happening. That kind of situation
I'm
feels like that.
Durga's gonna like wherever, like I think they would have had the gun like somewhere in their like
Mhm.
blazer. They're gonna just keep it there, but they're gonna very like not to be sneaky way, like very wants Arjun to hear kind of way. They're gonna like what is the word? I don't remember the word.
Nonchalantly.
No. To to to
Oh, you're just gonna load the.
to activate the gun.
Oh,
Oh.
cock the
Or
gun.
load,
Cock it.
cock the gun.
Cock.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
Yo,
They're gonna cock the gun.
that's the one.
We're gonna cock the gun.
Pull the hammer back.
Sure,
Kick-
if that's
kick
what
the
the
gun.
kids are calling it these days.
It is,
Uh,
unfortunately.
So, as you're walking down this road, you sort of load the gun. You very silently, as silently as you can possibly muster. Can all of you roll me a listen check?
Sure.
I
I
can do.
ooh, I have a
Listen,
5 in listen. Let's see.
I
what
can
this
see with
does.
my eyes, not my ears.
That is a failure. That is an 81 over 5.
That is a 97 over a 20.
Wow.
Oh,
I am
that's so
preoccupied
close to a
taking
fumble.
pictures. Taking
That's so
pictures.
close to a fumble.
Yeah.
I got a 19 over 20.
Whoa, let's fucking go.
I'm gonna spend one more point of luck to make this 21 a 20 and also succeed.
All right. So, Durga and Val. First of all, it's all the sounds and everything is also mixed with the light motor sound of. I'm talking about Veran. Veran, you don't notice because your wheelchair itself is vibrating.
Yeah, no, the wheelchair's
and
very loud.
sounding
Yeah.
because of it. And Archie is preoccupied with clicking photos, like completely going on infinite negatives, you know. But Val and Durga, you see, first of all, you see the manner in which this man is walking slows down. Both of you hear footsteps behind in the darkness from the road where you came from. Like probably you hear somebody some slip or something like that, and you see this man turn around. You know that there's somebody back there. So you won't have this. I mean, you won't be. There is some. You
Not
know that there's somebody back
surprised.
there.
Okay.
This man turns around. I don't know if you're ever gonna get out, but I thank you for the food, the water, and your flesh. We have been really, really hungry these past few weeks. Guys, uh,
Can
and at
I
that
try
moment-
to like take Arjun hostage?
you can aim at him.
Oh.
You have a moment. You see footsteps running behind you. Those ones you anticipated.
I want to turn my
You-
light towards those footsteps, by the way.
You turn your lights. You see a few men who are suddenly blinded because like their lights directly shining into their eyes, and they do like they're momentarily like blinded. Arjun, with the gun pointed at him, he's like, and at that moment, you also hear something almost something like whipping or flying in the air, and a hand bursts through Arjun's torso. He looks at a hand which is bursting through his torso. The hand which is like the fingers are mangled, the nails are extra long, and you can see behind Arjun itself the limbs seem to stretch on and on and on at weird angles, in fact. And the hand goes back and he's like, at that moment another flying sound, a stone spear juts from his mouth. Arjun's lifeless body falls on the ground.
Oh, okay, cute. I think Karen
Right.
In the
wheels
background.
back.
Time.
Wheels way back.
Time starts to dilate almost. You hear breathing sounds. You see a gray, pale face appear. A couple of other faces appear. In the light, the eyes seem to shine. Just like a dog's eyes would shine when you momentarily shine a light upon them. Their eyes seem to shine. They appear. Long ears pointed upwards. Long limbs. Not extra long, which you just saw, but still very quite long. Wearing tattered clothes. Smiling ear to ear.
I wish they wouldn't.
3 bodies appear. 3 humanoids? Humanoids.
Why you got to describe it like that? What?
Why you gotta say that?
What are you doing? Like what?
Run! Run! My little
Well,
fairies! Run! And,
that seems like sound sensible advice.
and from
I think we follow instructions.
from behind the from even in the darkness, you start to hear the laughter. You start to hear these voices. And that's where we're going to end today's session.
Oh, cute. Cute.
Oh,
I-
boy.
listen,
So much.
listen,
Hey, great.
So much.
listen,
I love
listen.
this. This is very good.
listen.
I
Yeah.
didn't realize
Listen.
I was getting an auditory experience, and I'm
Listen.
so happy. Great. Can
Yes,
only
P.
listen.
Listen.
It's very
Yeah,
good.
yes, P.
Wow.
I'm going to bill Amaan for this week's therapy bill.
Yeah.
I am gonna pay him on.
I'm just
for
gonna
this
DM Amaan.
Wow.
I do have to ask, Amaan, have you ever heard of Mr. Fingers before?
I'll probably I'll look into it.
Thank
you.
Do it.
Thank
Have
you.
you? I know what you're talking about. Fuck that guy. And yes, exactly that.
Yeah.
Ellipses is a
Be
friend of
mindful.
mine.
Jeez. Oh God.
Cool. So
Cool. Neat. Good. Wholesome
Yeah.
adventures. Time for wholesome adventures.
Yeah. Cool.
Also,
Very cute.
nobody,
Very cute.
everything's gonna be so
No
safe.
one's died yet
It's-
of this party.
Never trust an Arjun. Never.
That's the
So-
message. That's the message we learned.
But folks, that was it for today's episode of Call of Cthulhu: The Mirth of Things Below. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much. If you've donated, please, if you're not donated, please consider donating to the Make-A-Wish Foundation. We're doing this for the children. We are playing horrific
We're
things.
doing this
We are
for the
bring-
For
children.
the children.
For the children.
I will
We're
say,
doing this for the
I've
children.
never
Cut to
run-
Amaan screaming.
I have never run a Make-A-Wish game that did not involve body horror of some kind.
You know what?
Ever.
Life is
That
life is
is
horrible
perfect.
and horror. And you
the
know what we can
kids.
do? We can help it
For
be
the
less
kids.
for some kids.
That is,
Exactly.
Full circle.
There are a number of creators that are helping out with Roll for Wishes this year. We have just over 250 people signed up. We're generally trying to raid into each other as we can as streams end. Steve, one of our creators, is actually streaming live right now. It's a streamer formerly known as Emily. Would you be opposed to raiding over to them? They're not doing a TTRPG thing right now. We're just trying to share some love and help folks out.
Steve, are you here?
Steve actually did take a 2-hour nap.
Steve said, "Sure, yeah, I'm
Yep.
down in chat." Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I can talk now. Sorry, my bad.
Love it.
Mm-hmm.
That would be amazing.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for this.
We were silent for a while. There was an awkward pause.
We're all just
Thank
taken
you.
Okay.
aback.
Let me just before we close off, let me just quickly do a few shout outs. First of all, thank you to Chaosium for supporting us and bringing this horrible thing to life. And thank you definitely to Steve and Pantsless Tables for hosting this game. Thank you to James and Logomancy for making this charity thing possible. And thank you to my lovely, lovely players. I love you all so much. This has been an amazing session. I am Amaan HK. You can find me everywhere at Amaan HK. And you know what? Let's just go around and close it off, starting with P.
Bye, everyone. I will have nightmares tonight. I'm Agent P. You can find me on Instagram at d.agent.p or on Twitter at @dagentp_. I'm being tortured by a fly. But yeah, catch me playing Durga next week. I have no words. I did not expect this. I mean, it's a Call of Cthulhu game, but still.
What's the worst that can happen? All right, coming to James.
Hello, everybody. I'm James. I go by Ramshackle Wizard on the internet. You can always find me on the @Logomancy Media channel. We run standard like D&D TTRPGs on Wednesday nights. We've got a rotating cast on our Monday night shows for our Legends of Logomancy series, where every 4 weeks we change to a new system and a new cast to teach people how to play indie games or old beloved games, that sort of thing. If this is up your alley, check us out on our social media. You're more than welcome to pitch in and run games of your own for Roll for Wishes. And otherwise, you can find me online hosting Roll for Beer, the world's best dice-slinging, beer-drinking podcast, exclusively from Canada. So that's me in a nutshell.
All right, coming to Lewis.
Hello, I'm still Lewis Wolf, and I'll hopefully still be playing Variant next week and coming weeks beyond. I am a disabled voice actor / artist / podcast producer in the custody of the Stygian Catalyst podcast network. All really good shows there. I've worked on Soul Operator, which is combines audio drama and TTRPGs. It's solo TTRPGs. It's very cool. I'm biased. And Reps of the Exiled, All at Sea, and a bunch of others. You can find me on the internet in various variations of It's Lewis W. And I did the character art.
Yes.
It did. It's awesome.
Beautiful.
I did that with my hands. That's, I think, everything. Oh, I will also be playing a couple of games for Roll for Wishes, and we'll be running one sometime in October. So,
And last but not the least, Maria Brewista. Where's your coffee?
It's right here. Hello, everyone.
It's right here.
I'm having a terrific time, even though Val is not. I have been Val. I am still Maria. You can find me on the internet at Maria Bruista. You can find me in playing some video games here on Twitch as part of the Hispanic Heritage Month raid train put together by the Twitch Latin Guild. I do a lot of gaming. I do other TTRPG stuff on my channel as well. And what else is there anything else happening right now? Not really. Come have fun with me as I make silly noises with my mouth, and it's great. That's me.
Awesome. Again, thank you so much. And I'll guess, Steve, you want to take over?
Yeah, I guess, yeah. Hello. Hi, I am Steve. You can hear me on stream, which is great. Yeah, what a fucking chaotic 3 hours wild ride full of absolute fuck. Okay. Thank you for this. All the players are amazing. Our DM is amazing. Fantastic as always. Pantsless Tables will be back this Tuesday with episode 6 of our Passion campaign. This Friday, we're back with Apocalypse Key Season 2 and a bunch of other things that we're doing this whole week. I will be back on stream tomorrow on my channel playing some more AFK Journey probably, or maybe Assassin's Creed, depending on what the vibe is like. Also, it is time for our giveaway. I'm going to give people another 15 to 30 seconds to enter the giveaway if they haven't already. It is open to all, exclamation giveaway in chat if you haven't entered yet. And if you win, you get the starter set. We're going to do a giveaway every week, officially supported by Chaosium, as with the books, which, by the way, I know we mentioned this, but in case you weren't here for this, Chaosium, absolutely incredible people. They kind of gave us, us as in all the players and the DM, the core keeper book thing. I forget what it's called, but yeah. So thank you to them for that amazing stuff. Also, it came in handy a couple of times, which is really important. Also, I think a couple of people in here also had never played Call of Cthulhu before, and it was very easy to pick up, is what I've heard, and it's easy to understand as well. So that's a testament to the system. And I'm not just rambling and waiting time so that people will enter the giveaway or not, but it's fine. Okay, cool. We're gonna run the thing. I'm gonna delete the bot. The bot doesn't win by mistake. And the winner is Adi. Let's go, Adi.
Yay!
Let's go. Hell yeah.
Okay. So, Adi, I will reach out with more information and stuff later. Your book will not be shipped till this entire campaign is over. So you probably will not get it till like late November because it takes a while to ship to India as well. But yeah, you won the giveaway. Fuck yeah, I'm going to write it down because I'm going to forget, even though it's only going to be 4 names. But yeah.
Yep.
Love it.
Hell yeah.
Beautiful.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You are going to lead us on the raid train?
Yeah, we're going to go raid.
You're going to raid Daddy?
Emily. They are playing The Sims, and so I guess that'll be a nice change of pace from. If you keep doing that, we're gonna have to end stream, and it's gonna have to become a problem.
What?
But yeah. So they're playing The Sims, and which is a really nice change of pace from this chaos that happened. Of course, definitely.
Yeah, decompress.
Yeah, exactly. Nice, cool, chill vibes. Feel free to copy the raid message. They do have followers only on, so like we'll circumvent that. We'll figure it out. But yeah, I will see you all next week. Thank you all for vibing. Thank you for all the incredible people who dropped in and who donated and also vibed and did all the good stuff. And thank you to Make-A-Wish and Roll for Wishes and everything else. Who knows? Maybe we'll do another couple of charity streams separate from the usual APs that we're doing for them this month. I'll figure it out. All right, cool. I'm going to let everyone go now. And yeah.
Bye.